Once, from the far reaches of space, a small dog called Ina arrived on our planet with the help of a magic meteorite in search of her owners. Only the magic meteorite could explain to Ina where they were and where they were going. On our own planet Earth, another small dog was looking for a friend. This little dog was Turbo. It was here that Turbo met the magic meteorite. Turbo thought it a fun thing to play with. "Stop pushing me," said the meteorite. "I'm busy recharging my energy." And so Turbo met Ina, and their friendship began. A friendship that would take them through so many incredible and fantastical journeys. "Come on," cried Ina, "we can travel in your armchair." Turbo thought for a moment, and then he agreed. "Look over there," said Ina. But Turbo was already enthralled by everything around him, and he didn't hear. "Aren't we supposed to be finding Ina's owner?" asked the meteorite. But Turbo wasn't listening. "This is the most magical place I've ever been to. I want to know everything." "All right," said the meteorite. "Let's go!" It wasn't long before they travelled miles through space. Behind them, planet Earth was disappearing fast. For a moment, Turbo felt a bit homesick. Just supposing the meteorite wasn't able to get them back. Supposing he never saw his home on the beach again, or his owners. Suddenly in front of them, something that looked like rubbish was coming straight at them. All around, pieces of old discarded spacecraft were floating dangerously in a timeless void. "Look out!" shouted Turbo, as a large chunk of metal nearly crashed into them. "Come on," said Turbo. "It's time we were somewhere else." Ina explained to Turbo that there were more than 7,000 pieces of space garbage, and it was getting worse. "It's all so amazing," said Turbo. "So very big." "You have to have some idea of how it works," said the meteorite, "or you get lost." Neither of them thought about being lost. Not in space. "You have to start in the middle and move out. The middle is where the sun is." Ina thought for a moment. "But the sun must be far too hot for my owners to be hiding on. I do have to find them." "We'll find them in the end. Let's have a closer look at the sun. Things may be clearer then." The two dogs agreed that it was a long journey and that it was starting to get rather warm. "Nothing to what it's going to be like," said the meteorite. As they moved closer to the sun, both Turbo and Ina felt the heat. But more than that, the sun's mighty size began to frighten them. "The sun is just a big star," said the meteorite. "Because its gravitational pull is so strong, all the planets stay in their orbits around it. The sun is 93 million miles away from the Earth, and it takes 8 minutes for its light to reach the Earth." "That's funny. We see something that happened 8 minutes ago." The heat from the sun gives the planet Earth energy, and the sun is just the right distance from the Earth to support all forms of life. The sun is a ball of burning gas. If it wasn't here, the Earth would freeze and everything would die. Ina whispered to Turbo that she thought that the sun was 5,000 million years old. Turbo wondered if the sun was moving, and the meteorite said the sun rotates at 135 miles a second, and that's a very fast speed indeed. The meteorite asked if they'd found out enough about the sun. Ina was very quiet, sad even. This was not finding her owners. Turbo said, perhaps they're on the moon. Turbo was disappointed with the moon. Eerie and lifeless, with no seas or mountains. The meteorite told them that the moon is at least 4.5 billion years old. How do you know all this? Asked Ina.
Easy, said the meteorite. Astronauts have visited the moon and have taken samples of rock back with them.
Turbo said that they were not going to find Ina's family here. But if they're not here, she said, where are they? Turbo took charge. Time we were getting on then, he said. Where are we going? Asked Turbo. Ina knew she'd been this way before with the meteorite. We're going towards Mars. Look. The meteorite said that Mars had seasons, and that it had 2 ice caps, one at the top and one at the bottom. Where's the ice? Asked Turbo. The meteorite said that they were on Mars's equator, right in the middle between the 2 ice caps. The ice caps are made of frozen carbon dioxide, which is condensed on frozen water, and that's why Mars is red. Ina thought there might have been rivers running there once. The temperature at the equator in the daytime is lower than 20 degrees Celsius, and at night it freezes. Turbo felt the chill. Come on, he said, this place is not for us. The meteorite took time to tell them that Mars has 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos. Let's go, said Turbo.
Hold on tight,
said the meteorite as they moved up into hyperdrive. Turbo and Ina stared in amazement. They travelled right through the galaxy without realising. There before them was the Milky Way. What is that? Asked Turbo.
That's your galaxy, your home,
answered the meteorite.
It's a galaxy of giant collections of gases, dust and millions of stars.
Ina thought it was peaceful. Careful, said the meteorite seriously.
Nothing is ever what it seems. Every 1,000 years there's a mighty collision of stars at the very centre of the galaxy.
They both cried out for the meteorite to stop and go somewhere else. Can we go to another galaxy? Said Turbo. Are there any others?
Why not try this? Said the meteorite.
And once again they were off. They were hypnotized by the millions and millions of stars, gaseous clouds, galactic clusters, and pulsars that surrounded them.
We're in the Magellanic Cloud, 80,000 light years away from Earth, explained the meteorite.
Light years, said Turbo. What are light years?
Light years is a way astronomers measure distance. A light year is the distance light travels in a year, about 6 million miles in 1 year.
That's a long time, and I was safe with my owners a year ago. Turbo tried to comfort Ina, but Ina was getting sad. In fact, they were all getting a bit sad. The meteorite, though, was getting rather worried.
We ought to be getting back soon, he said.
He did not tell Turbo and Ina that his energy was getting very low.
Back to Earth, I think,
He said.
Pluto on the left.
Said the meteorite. Looks pretty bleak to me, said Turbo, and Ina agreed. They stared for a long time at the remote, cold planet. Does anyone live there? Asked Ina.
No, not a living soul.
Pluto is the planet furthest from Earth. Its atmosphere is solid methane gas and water. What's that behind Pluto? Asked Turbo.
That, said the meteorite, is its moon, Charon.
It's huge, said Ina.
Yes, it is, answered the meteorite. Time to move on.
Turbo and Ina stared in amazement. They'd never seen anything quite like this before.
This is Saturn, said the meteorite. It's 9.5 times bigger than Earth. Saturn is the lightest of the planets.
What beautiful colours, said Ina. It is beautiful, said Turbo, sniffing the air. It doesn't smell like the other planets. I wish that we could get right down onto Saturn and walk about.
Oh, wishing can be dangerous. Look out!
Before any of them could think properly, they were thrust into the ring of Saturn. Not a gentle place, but full of rocks and other mess. This isn't what I thought it would be like. Look out! The meteorite told them that the planet had hurricane winds. Frightened and cold, they wished they were somewhere else.
Time for me to recharge my energy,
said the meteorite. Both Turbo and Ina wanted to do more, to see the whole of the solar system.
All right, but next time. Just now, we need to get back.
Turbo was still dazzled by everything he'd seen. But he was more pleased to have found a new friend. Ina knew that she'd tried once more to find her owners, even if without success. Next time, said Turbo, we'll try again.